You may be seated. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Denise Havener, and we'd like to welcome you all for this wonderful occasion. And right now, we would like to introduce Mayor Brandon Capetillo.
I'm going to use his microphone. I think, will that help people in the back if I use the microphone? All right, great. I see the cameramen definitely say use the microphone. So before I read this proclamation, I wanted to say it's certainly my honor as the mayor of Baytown to come and join you this afternoon. In the few minutes that I got to spend here with Rabbi Kessler, he gave me a crash course on lots of things. He is now the official rabbi of myself to make sure that if I do anything wrong, I know where to point. You know, growing up here, I've seen this building many times, going to baseball practice here just down the road as a young youth in Baytown, and every day we'd head back down this street to go home. And I always wondered what was inside the building, and I could just tell you have a beautiful building, beautiful faces that I see here, beautiful families of faith. And so for me, it's an honor to be a part of it, and thank you for letting me be a part of this celebration this afternoon. So with that, I will now read a proclamation on the 90th anniversary of Congregation Knesset Israel. Is that correct? Knesset. Whereas Congregation Knesset Israel, is that correct? Started in 1928 and the synagogue was built in 1930 in Goose Creek. The Baytown Jewish community intertwined with Baytown's history as Jewish merchants provided goods for the booming city when Umbel Oil was created. Bar, bat mitzvahs, weddings, and namings has been held for Jewish community members, and the synagogue was declared a Texas Historical Building in 1992. The congregation provides monthly services as well as services for prominent Jewish holidays throughout the year, and the congregation provided a place of worship for the Baytown community for 9 decades. So now, therefore, I, Brandon Capetillo, as mayor of the city of Baytown, do hereby proclaim April 7th, 2019, as the 90th anniversary of Congregation Knesset Israel Day in Baytown, and call upon all our citizens to wish and congratulate them on 90 years of service to the Baytown community. Signed, Brandon Capetillo, mayor of the city of Baytown.
Thank you so much for that wonderful proclamation, Mayor Capetillo. Would now like to ask Leah Abbott to enter the bema. And Rabbi Jimmy Kessler, grandson of Sadie and Saul Aaron.
We, the Jewish community, sound the shofar for a lot of particular reasons. If you look into the microphone, I'm sorry, excuse me. In the Jewish community, we use the we use the, so you can hear the rabbi who doesn't speak loudly. I've been accused of that for 50 years. The shofar, the ram's horn, was used in the Torah to gather people together. Unfortunately, it was brought as a sounding piece to bring people together in defense of the community, in fighting against those who sought to destroy the Jewish community. There's another place where it's mentioned that the horn was heard, and it was at Mount Sinai. And amongst the descriptions of the mountain as Moses went up it was that they saw lightning, and they heard thunder, and they heard the ram's horn. And in the Middle Ages, the rabbis noted that the purpose of that was to let you know that God was present in that place. And so now in modern day Jewish communities, when we use the ram's horn for festivals and observances, Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, it not only is a statement of bringing us together, but it's also meant to be a reminder that God was present in this place. And we are in a building that represents that. And you who live here full-time and have maintained this edifice and seen to it that it's been in great repair and have maintained the congregation are the ones that we who can come and visit give our thanks to. And so this ram's horn that's about to be sounded is to represent not only a gathering and a reminder of God's presence, but also a thank you to those of you who have worked so hard to keep the congregation alive and going.
Thank you so much. Tekiah, Shravri Trua, Tekiah, Tekiah, Shvarim, Tekiah, Tekiah, Trua, Tekiah Gedolah. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Karen Ahrens, Vice President of Religion, and what a marvelous opportunity this is. We thank you all so much for being here. I'd like to start with a prayer of gratitude to celebrate this momentous occasion. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shehechianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Praised are you, Lord our God, King of the universe, who has kept us in life, sustained us, and brought us to this beautiful occasion. At this point, I don't know if Ivan is here right now. He's one of the people that will be helping with the service, and unfortunately, Alyssa could not make it in. She's in Charleston, South Carolina, was supposed to fly in this morning, and her plane was canceled. So we will miss her beautiful voice. You're stuck with me. I invite you to drown me out as we sing our hymns. For those of you that have cell phones, they are a wonderful convenience. Unfortunately, they don't make a very joyful noise to the Lord. If we could get everyone to please silence their phones, pagers, so forth, during the worship part of the service. We will begin our service now on page 2. If your book seems to be backwards, that's because it is. Hebrew is read from right to left, and so we do a lot of our prayer books and bulletins accordingly. So page 2 is going to be on the right. Please join us for our opening hymn, Open the Gates. Ella Ray will play our introduction for us. Page 2. Pithuli Sharet Sedek Avovam Odeya. Pithuli Sharet Sedek Avovam Odeya. continue now on page 3. We read responsively. Happy are those who dwell in your house. They will sing your praise forever. I will exalt you, my sovereign God. I will bless your name forever. Great is the Lord and worthy of praise. His greatness is infinite. They shall consider your radiant glory. They shall reflect on your wondrous works. They shall speak of your awesome might and make known your greatness. The Lord is gracious and compassionate, endlessly patient, overflowing with love. All your works, O Lord, shall thank you. Your faithful shall bless you. They shall speak of the glory of your kingdom and tell of your strength. Your kingdom is an everlasting kingdom. Lord, you support the falling. You raise up all who are bowed down. You open your hand to fulfill the needs of all the living. The Lord is near to all who call upon him, to all who call upon him in truth. The Lord preserves those who love him. My lips shall declare the glory of the Lord. Let all flesh bless his holy name forever and ever. V'anachnu nevarech Yah me'ata v'ad olam. Hallelujah. We turn now to page 6. I will recite the Reader's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah. Be'alma divra hirute v'yamlich malchute. V'chayechon v'yomechon v'chaye dechol beit Yisrael. B'agala v'zman kari v'imru. Amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam alal me'olmaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach. V'yitpa'ar, v'yitromam, v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar, v'yitaleh, v'yitalal, shemei dekudashah, brichu. Leila min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran be'alma v'imru. Amen. Please rise now, page 7. Adonai safti tiftach ufia gita hilatecha. Eternal God, open my lips that my mouth may declare your glory. We continue with responsive reading. Please remain standing. We praise you, Lord our God, and God of all generations, God of Abraham, God of Isaac, God of Jacob, great, mighty, and awesome God, God supreme. Master of all the living, your ways are ways of love. You remember the faithfulness of our ancestors, and in love bring redemption to their children's children for the sake of your name. You are our King and our help, our Savior and our shield. Blessed is the Lord, the shield of Abraham. We sanctify your name on earth, even as all things, to the ends of time and space, proclaim your holiness. And in the words of the prophet we say, Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts. The fullness of the whole earth is his glory. Kadosh, 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 Adonai Tzvaot, Malo Kol Haaretz Kavodo. They respond to your glory with blessing. And this is your sacred word. To all generations we will make known your greatness, and to all eternity proclaim your holiness. Your praise, O God, shall never depart from our lips. Blessed is the Lord, the holy God. You may be seated. We continue with responsive reading. You favor us with knowledge and teach mortals understanding. May you continue to favor us with knowledge, understanding, and insight. Help us to return our Maker to your Torah. Draw us near, O sovereign God, to your service, and bring us back into your presence in perfect repentance. Forgive us, our Creator, when we have sinned. Pardon us, our King, when we transgress, for you are a forgiving God. Look upon our affliction and help us in our need. O mighty Redeemer, redeem us speedily for your name's sake. Heal us, O Lord, and we shall be healed. Save us, and we shall be saved. Grant us a perfect healing from all our wounds. Bless this year, O Lord our God, and let its produce bring us well-being. Bestow your blessing on the earth and satisfy us with your goodness. Sound the great horn to proclaim freedom. Inspire us to strive for the liberation of the oppressed. And let the song of liberty be heard in the four corners of the earth. Pour your Spirit upon the rulers of all lands. Guide them that they may govern justly. O may you alone reign over us in steadfast love and compassion. Have mercy, O Lord our God, upon the righteous and faithful of all peoples, and upon all of us. Uphold all who faithfully put their trust in you, and grant that we may always be numbered among them. And turn in compassion to Jerusalem, your city. Let there be peace in her gates, quietness in the hearts of her inhabitants. Let your Torah go forth from Zion and your word from Jerusalem. Cause the plant of justice to spring up soon. Let the light of deliverance shine forth according to your word, for we await your deliverance all the day. Hear our voice, O Lord our God. Have compassion upon us, and accept our prayer with favor and mercy, for you are a God who hears prayer and supplication. Be gracious, O Lord our God, to your people Israel, and receive our prayers with love. O may our worship always be acceptable to you. Fill us with the knowledge that you are near to all who seek you in truth. Let our eyes behold your presence in our midst and in the midst of our people in Zion. Let us read together on page 14. We gratefully acknowledge that you are the Lord our God, the God of our people, the God of all generations. You are the rock of our life, the power that shields us in every age. We thank you and sing your praises for our lives which are in your hand, for our souls which are in your keeping, for the signs of your presence we encounter every day, and for your wondrous gifts at all times, morning, noon, and night. You are goodness, your mercies never end. You are compassion, your love will never fail. You have always been our hope. V'al kulam yitbarach v'yitparam shincham, malkeinu tamid leolam vayed. For all these things, O sovereign God, let your name be forever exalted and blessed. O God, our Redeemer and Helper, let all who live affirm you and praise your name in truth. Lord, whose nature is goodness, we give you thanks and praise. Sing shalom tova v'racha chen v'chesed v'rachamim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael amecha. Peace, happiness, and blessing, grace and love and mercy, may these descend on us, on all Israel and all the world. Bless us, our Creator, one and all, with the light of your presence. For by that light, O God, you have revealed to us the law of life, to love kindness and justice and mercy, to seek blessing, life, and peace. Oh, bless your people Israel and all peoples with enduring peace. Praised be the Lord who blesses his people Israel with peace. We continue silently on page 16. Yehu liratzon imrei fi v'hegyon libi lefanecha Adonai tsuri v'goali. May the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable to you, O Lord, my rock and my redeemer. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May he who causes peace to reign in the high heavens, let peace descend on us, on all Israel and all the world. Continue now with our next hymn, O Worship the King. continue now on page 18. Let us all read together the prayer for our people and our nation. You who are the source of all good gifts, bless this congregation and be with all its members, their families and their households. Prosper them in their various callings and occupations. Help them in their needs and guide them in all their difficulties. Hear the prayers of all who worship here. Comfort the sorrowing and cheer the silent sufferers. Bless those who guide and who serve this congregation and those who contribute to its support. Reward with the joy of goodness the charitable and merciful who aid the poor, care for the sick, for those who teach and extend a helping hand to those who have lost their way in the world. Fervently we invoke your blessing upon our country and our nation. Guard them, O God, from calamity and injury, and may they strive to establish justice and opportunity for all, and labor to bring peace to the family of nations. Enlighten with your wisdom and sustain with power those whom the people have set in authority, the President, his counselors and advisors, the judges, lawgivers and executives, and all those who are entrusted with our safety and with the guardianship of our rights and our liberties. Bless the household of Israel wherever they dwell. Be with us here where we worship you in freedom. And may those who live under a repressive rule find release and liberty speedily in our own day. May your favor rest upon Israel, her land and her people. Protect her against hatred and war. Grant that the promise of her beginning may ripen into fulfillment, bringing comfort to those who seek refuge, light to those who dwell in darkness, new hope to all humanity, and let us say amen. Please rise for our adoration, the Aleinu, page 19. We will sing the first two paragraphs. Aleinu Shalom, there is none else. In truth, he alone is our King, as it is written. Know then this day and take it to heart. The Lord is God in the heavens above and on the earth below. There is none else. We therefore hope, O Lord our God, soon to behold the glory of your might. Then will false gods vanish from our hearts, and the world will be perfected under your unchallenged rule. And then will all acclaim you as their God, and forsaking evil, turn to you alone. Let all who dwell on earth acknowledge that unto you every knee must bend, and every tongue swear loyalty. Before you, O Lord our God, let them humble themselves. To your glorious name, let them give honor. Let all accept the yoke of your kingdom, that you may rule over them soon and forever. For the kingdom is yours, and to all eternity you will reign in glory, as it is written, the Lord will reign forever and ever. And it has been said, the Lord shall reign over all the earth. On that day the Lord shall be one, and his name shall be one. V'ne'emar v'haya Adonai l'melech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai Echad. Please rise for our mourner's Kaddish. Following page 22. We have it transliterated for those that would like to read that. Yikadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, be'alma divra hirute ve'amlich malchute, b'chayechon v'yomechon v'chaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'gala v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevora le'olam alal me'ol maya. Yitbarach, v'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar, v'yitromam, v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar, v'yitaleh, v'yitalal, shemei dekudashah, brichu. Le'olam min kal birchata, v'shirata, tushbechata, v'nechemata, damiran be'alma, v'imru, amen. Yehei shlem rabbah min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. O say shalom b'imromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Okay. We will continue with our next hymn, Adon Olam, page 23 in your booklet. Adon olam asher malach b'terem kol yitzir nivra le'ein nasa v'hefsa kol asai melech shemoni
I want to make a special welcome to Jerry Fram, who's sitting up here in the front row. Jerry. I think may have moved into the position as our oldest member of Congregation Knesset Israel. And he fell in September and has not been back to Baytown until today. And we couldn't be happier to have you with us today, Jerry. Thank you for having us. Is Josh Furman here? Okay. Joshua Furman, I was going to give a mention. He is working on a project. He's the director of the Houston Jewish History Archive at Rice University. He's collecting artifacts from all facets of Jewish life for the greater Houston area and really, I think, around Texas. So if you'd like to contact him, it's Joshua Furman at Rice University, and he's interested in any family photos, articles, items that your personal family may have, or your congregation. So contact Josh. Is Russell Hammond here today? Okay, I was going to mention Russell Hammond does a Facebook site called Hammond's Baytown History with a Twist, and a lot of times he'll post pictures of Baytown back in the day. So if you're not on that site, you might want to check it out. Again, it's Hammond's Baytown History with a Twist, and he's posted some of the Jewish merchants and some of our members' pictures when they came out in Baytown Sun, so it's an interesting site. It's also publicized our events today too, and been helpful with that. We appreciate the Baytown Sun for covering today's event. Chris James, thank you for being with us today, Baytown Sun photographer. You're all invited to the reception next door following the conclusion of this service. I want to tell you a few things to notice at the reception. There's a beautiful mural created by our local artist, Karen Knight is here. Where are you, Karen? Stand up, Karen. She donated her time and talent to enhance our donor mall. I want you to be sure and notice that in the next building. The mural she did is flanked by two donor plaques, which Beth Golden Marsh of Sign Effects of Austin made for us. And Beth and family were coming, but due to the weather, couldn't make it from Austin. But I want to thank them. They're on their way. Look at it. Yes, Mother Golden is here. Great. So thank her, Beth and her staff for doing that for us. There will be a video of the restoration project running continuously for you to view. Jeff Moskowitz of Fat Cat Productions in Austin donated his time in compiling the video, and after we do the blessings, we'll have that running throughout the afternoon. And thanks to Jeff. traditions of those who came before us. Congregation Knesset Israel is an important part of our Jewish community as well as a historic treasure for the city of Baytown. You are all welcome to come and visit us anytime. May the eternal light continue to shine brightly for another 90 years here at CKI.
I cannot tell you how privileged and blessed I feel standing up here today, giving thanks to Adonai and giving thanks to everyone here. This journey was like no others. Teary days dried up when our forward drive kicked in and together the team was formed. First and foremost, Denise Havener, our project manager, has spent and is still spending countless hours on restoration and renovation. Initially meeting with insurance adjusters and many contractors for bids, Denise Havener spearheaded the plan from the beginning. Stand up one more time, Denise. Meanwhile, fundraising started and grants were explored with success and frustration. However, with the checks came wonderful stories and memories. I would say to Joan, we need the money, but I like the stories better. These memories are posted in the community buildings. There will be a videographer, as Joan mentioned, at the reception to record your thoughts of past and future. Please be sure to do that. Then out of the blue, a friend suggested that we approach Philip Rivers, architect and engineer. Phil, one more time, please stand. He was the direction our beloved synagogue and community center needed. Together with his skilled team of craftsmen, restoration and renovation began. I would like to acknowledge these artisans. Please stand as your name is called. Aaron Martinez. Aaron is the wizard who can do anything and carry out Phil's ideas and do it well. Carpentry, plumbing, concrete work, and more, he can do it. Bob John Cromians. Together with Jorge Juarez Mendez, I don't believe he's here today, craftsmen and carpenters whose attention to detail has returned the stunning beauty of our buildings. Baytown's own Albert Morales, he's not here, he was coming. Okay, Baytown's own Albert Morales and his team rescued the community center and gave it new structure and siding. Adan Rodriguez, no, he is not here. Okay, and his team painted the interior of both buildings with love and care. Jean Hester, I guess this weather took everybody away. Jean Hester cleaned and restored our stained glass and helped install the new Lexan. Craig Latoul, not here, and his roofing team had the most frustrating job, stopping the leaks. Both roofs have presented challenges in repairs, but should be watertight now. The electrician is Luis Hidalgo, okay, who is busy giving us conveniently located light switches and plugs and rewiring 90-year-old wire. The hardwood floors were restored by Bruce Avery, and that is icing on the cake. To have these beautiful floors back is just wonderful. The pews are currently being restored by Ricky Pearson. Sam Coca and his team gave the exterior of our community center beautiful coats of paint. A great set of volunteers constructed the ADA ramp to the synagogue, headed by Dale Vanderpool. Joining him were Ed Bauman, Terry Stearman, and Clay Curran. Miguel Valdez and his team took care of the drainage problems that were a big part of the problem of settling. Our holy Torahs, vacationed in Florida during this time for needed restorations. And of course, our president, Joan Linares, has been our big cheerleader, has given us encouragement when we needed it, and helped as much as she could from afar. We are so honored. We are so honored to have members, former members, descendants of members, and the Baytown Christian community pull for our precious synagogue. As small houses of worship are closing all over the country, today we are rejoicing that Congregation Knesset Israel in Baytown, Texas will be here for the next generation. Thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts. And the stunning work that Bob John did.
Merciful God, as we focus on the wonderful resources we have, let us not forget you, for you are the source of all of our resources. Whatever we went through with Hurricane Harvey, some of us were affected indirectly, some very much directly. We all have one thing in common. Psalm 29 tells us, "The Lord was king at the flood. He is enthroned on high. The Lord will give strength to his people. The Lord will bless his people with peace." And Psalm 29 turns into Psalm 30. "Weeping may tarry for the night, but joy comes in the morning. Then you turned my mourning into dancing. You loosened my sackcloth. You girded me with gladness. O Lord my God, I will give praise unto you forever." And now I ask the congregation to rise as I invoke upon you the blessing pronounced by Aaron to the people of Israel. Yivarechecha Adonai vayishmarecha, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichunecha, Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord cause his countenance to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May the Lord lift up his countenance unto you and grant you peace. Let us go in peace and serve the Lord. Amen.
You may be seated, please. I want to introduce Ivan Edelman, who's up here, and they were desperately trying to be here. Their plane was canceled from Dallas, so they rented a car and got here a little bit late. He was wondering if prayer and let him go ahead and do that. Ivan comes back every year for the High Holy Days and takes part and helps Karen lead our services here. So we're very glad to have Ivan.
For somebody that spent most of their weekend going up there through high school, it's very heartwarming to see what's happening here. So welcome everybody. On page 18, I want to say a prayer for our people and our nation. You who are the source of all good gifts, bless this congregation and be with all its members, their families, and their households. Prosper them in their various callings and occupations. Help them in their needs and guide them in all their difficulties. Hear the prayers of all who worship here. Comfort the sorrowing and cheer the silent sufferer. Bless those who guide, who serve this congregation, and those who contribute to its support. Reward with the joy of goodness the charitable and merciful, who aid the poor, care for the sick, for those who teach and extend a helping hand to those who have lost their way in the world. Fervently we invoke your blessing upon our country and our nation. Guard them, O God, from calamity and injury. And may they strive to establish justice and opportunity for all. and labor to bring peace to the family of nations. Enlighten with your wisdom and sustain with power those whom the people have set in authority, the president, his counselors and advisors, the judges, lawgivers, and executives, and all those who are entrusted with our safety and with the guardianship of our rights and our liberties. Bless the household of Israel wherever they dwell. Be with us here where we worship you in freedom. And may those who live under repressive rule find release and liberty speedily in our own day. May you favor rest upon Israel, her land, and her people. Protect her against hatred and war. Grant that the promise of her beginning may ripen into fulfillment, bringing comfort to those who seek refuge, light to those who dwell in darkness, new hope to all humanity. And let us say, Amen.
Adonai Melech, Adonai Malach, Adonai Yimloch Leolam Vaed. The Lord is King, the Lord was King, the Lord shall be King forever and ever. Let us go in peace and serve the Lord. Amen.
I did want to invite everyone, please come over next door to the community building. We'll have a short blessing over the wine and the bread, the challah, and then refreshments and visit and enjoy. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ella.